Hi, and welcome to the A Quilting Life podcast. I'm Chelsi from Chelsi Stratton Designs.
And I'm Sherri McConnell from A Quilting Life.
And it is Memorial Day.
Yes, we just wanted to mention right at the beginning that we are so grateful for all of those who have served and who have passed on in the service of their country, and know that this is a very important and special and meaningful day. We are going to turn the time over to Billy now. He is actually going to talk about Cozy Earth.
Yeah, so I am going to talk about our sponsor for today's podcast today. And I can do that because I now have my own set of Cozy Earth sheets. So after about a year, I think, of my mom and sister telling you about it, now I can give my 2 cents. I've talked about the jogger pants that I've got before, but now we've mentioned in the past, I am married now. I don't have my ring. I really took it off in the bathroom. Okay. I am married now, and a gift from my mom and dad was a new bed, and then they also gave me a set of Cozy Earth sheets. So from my perspective, it is summer now here in Las Vegas. It's starting to warm up. We've always talked about temperature regulating these sheets, how they're temperature regulating. They're made from bamboo from viscose, and now, after sleeping on it for about 2 weeks, I can say that is true. I'll say the biggest challenge of being married so far has been temperature regulation, right? So my wife, she's cold, I'm hot, and they work well for both of us, right? She covers up. She might have something on extra too, but the one sheet with Cozy Earth is perfect for me. I'm cool. I don't feel too hot. I don't get too cold. Everything's been great. So I can now say that it works very well. They are cozy. They're very soft and comfortable. And I've enjoyed having those now. A few things to mention about Cozy Earth. They have a 100-day trial. So you can use them or test them out for up to 100 days. And if you don't like them, send them back. They'll give you a full refund. There's also a 10-year warranty on all their products. So if anything goes wrong with them, you love them, but something goes wrong, 10-year warranty, send it back. They'll replace it with a new set of whatever that item is. So also another change, we used to say when you check out, use the code to get your discount. Well, now there's actually a specific link that you have to go and click in our description in order to get our discount. And that is, I'll have it up on the screen, but it's cozyearth.com/pages/quiltinglife. And by clicking that link, that will bring you right to where you need to go to get your 30% off of anything that you purchase that's not subscription based. So once again, www.cozyearth.com/pages/quiltinglife. So if you want to support this podcast and get some good products, use that link. That lets them know that you're going there from our podcast, and you can support our show and also get yourself some great quality products.
Okay, so thank you, Billy, for that. And Mom has the quilts today.
Yeah, so this is really funny. We're actually taping a couple of episodes this morning, and I had mine hung up last night, ready to go. But when Chelsi walked in today with quilts for the next episode, she also chose the same fabric collection. So I'll let you wait and see what her quilts are next time.
We were vibing.
We were vibing. And also your shirt is the perfect color for these quilts are both from our Seashore Drive collection. Anyway.
Because I tried to match.
Yes.
I like to match.
Yeah. So on the wall is my Jelly Roll quilt, Dreaming. And I love this one because it makes such a big quilt with a jelly roll, and just love it in this Seashore Drive. I guess I was just really feeling the Seashore Drive summer vibes. On the table is alfresco, and I also think this is the time of the year when eating outside is really fun to do. So I've got that one on the table. And then just one last thing, we were noticing that the two quilts behind Chelsi are from our Laguna Sunrise collection. And actually, when we set out designing that, we actually meant for that to be a sister collection to Seashore Drive, and I think they look great together. I haven't really had them close up together before.
Yeah. Is alfresco pre-cut friendly?
Yes, I believe it's a fat eighth quilt.
I like saying that.
Yes.
Al fresco.
I love
Al
the name
fresco.
of this quilt. Yes.
That's sort of like from the movie Elf. Do you know that scene?
Yes.
That's what you
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes. That's a fun name to say.
Yes. Okay. And then just one more thing. I know Billy has some listener quilts to share, but Fat Quarter Shop often sends me patterns to look at and to share. And I just thought this one was super cute. It's the Quilted Scarecrow by Lori Holt.
So
It's
cute.
80.5 by 85.5. So it's huge. It would be a perfect bed quilt for fall. And they are having a sew along right now. So this is something that you could get this pattern and jump into their sew along and have this quilt ready for fall.
Okay. So, yeah, I will jump into our listener quilts now. And we have a good batch here to share today. The first one, it was sent in from Juliet, and it is Chelsi's Magnolia quilt. And
So cute.
She wrote, I had Seashore Drive and Simply Delightful Fat Quarters and decided to make Chelsi's Magnolia. I mixed the two collections and loved the result. I highly recommend the pattern. Keep creating. So,
I
great
love
job.
Magnolia.
I
It's one of
love
my favorites
Magnolia.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, I'm actually not sure who sent this in. I have the email, but I can't tell what the name is from that. So, but whoever you are, thank you for sending it in. I still wanted to share it. It was a quilt done mostly in the Emma Fabric collection and others. Took a year to finish, but the quilter did an awesome job. She said, thank you. And that is the Home for the Holidays sampler quilt. And like she said, it was pieced together with Emma, with mostly Emma. Okay, and the last one here is from Nancy. Now, I'm getting a little, had a busy month, so I'm trying to remember if it was, I'm pretty sure it was last episode that we mentioned Nancy. She sent in a question or an email actually about, identifying as a quilter, right? Not just being a hobby. This is the same Nancy. I realized that she sent a listener quilt in as well, and it is Whimsy Stars, and it is from your book Labor of Love. She wrote in and said, I wanted to share this quilt because the Whimsy Stars pattern from the Labor of Love book is so perfect to feature fabrics or any fabrics that you want to show off. The fabric in this quilt is Sail Away by Northcott. It was so fun making each star different and picking out centers for them. I enlarged the quilt for easily for a queen-size bed. Thank you. And again, that's from Nancy. And I know, Mom, you said you had a comment on this one.
Yeah, I just love that. That is one of my favorite versions of that pattern that I've seen.
Yeah, it's super pretty.
And it was also fun because Chelsi, when Billy was showing us the photos, Chelsi noticed it right away because Chelsi pieced my original quilt that was in the book. And third comment about this really quickly, I'm going to start adding the links to all the listener quilt. If it's our pattern, I'll add the link in the description.
Yeah.
So we'll have the link for Magnolia and for the Home for the Holidays sampler. You do need the book to sew along with that, but the sampler patterns are still available. And then also, I believe I have Whimsy Stars available as a PDF now because the book's out of print. So I'll put all those links in the description.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
Sounds good. All right. So thank you again for all the listener quilts that were sent in. And we'll keep those going. They are definitely building up, but like I said, I'm just getting to them as we move forward. So, okay, so I needed to pop back in real quick. I'm actually recording this after we completed the episode for today. So Chelsi has already gone home. My mom's not in the room, but we forgot to make a special announcement that we wanted to promote in this episode of the podcast. So that is that on Monday, June 10th, we are opening up another session of the Quilting Life Academy, Quilting for Beginners and Beyond. My mom ran that course earlier this year, started in late January, and it runs for 6 weeks. And I helped my mom put that all together as well with all the filming and everything. So we just wanted to mention that if anyone that is interested in that, we had a good group of people take it the first time we ran it earlier this year, and then it's going to be started again on Monday, June 10th. And it's 6 weeks. Each week there's a new module that's released with new video content, new PDFs with different helpful ideas, tips, and instructions. And there's also 2 live question and answers that my mom does throughout the course. So there's a video that was actually released last week If you have any more questions, my mom goes through a lot of those in that video, but there will be a link to sign up for that course if that is something you're interested in. And again, it is for beginners, but it's also for quilters who are past the beginner stage that want to just improve certain skills or maybe learn some new techniques in their quilting. So we just wanted to mention that. All the details for that can be found below for the sign up, and also that video goes a little more in depth with what you can expect from the course. So if that's something you're interested in, again, check out the description. Now we'll get back to the podcast. Okay, so today is going to be a little bit of a different one. My mom and sister have recently returned from Austin, Texas, where they visited Fat Quarter Shop, and they were on Kimberly's live stream there for like 2 hours, I believe, right?
Yes.
And so I guess, do you want to start with the whole wedding thing first?
Yes.
Yeah, because that was one of the most popular questions for the live stream.
On the live stream.
They wanted to know about your wedding. And so Kimberly said, hey, we'll let you guys handle that on your show.
It was so funny. Kimberly's like, they want to know about ballet.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, I think we should talk about the wedding first, and then we'll share a little bit about our trip and our eventful trip home.
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay.
Just let me talk about it.
So first of all, then what kind of questions were coming through on the live stream? I watched a little bit of it, but I didn't see everything. Like, what were people asking?
People basically just wanted to hear about it, and they
About the
wanted
wedding.
pictures too.
Yeah, they wanted pictures, but we don't
Yeah.
have pictures yet.
Yeah, I don't have like any of the professional ones yet back, but I do. Obviously, nowadays you're going to get plenty of pictures from phones
Yeah.
or from people that share it. So I'll put up a few pictures, I guess, of the wedding and the
Yeah.
reception and everything, so everyone can sort of get a glimpse of it. But I'll say after months of stressing out and planning and
They
all
did
that,
it.
we pulled it off. It was a great wedding. It was a good day. I'm happy. Isabel's happy. I think everyone had a good time. You guys could speak to that for yourselves, I guess. But yeah, everything's good. And like I said, I'm married now, and I have a set of cozier sheets.
I bet you guys are just so unstressed now that it's all, I mean, there was so much,
So much.
Yeah.
even during the week before the wedding, you and Isabel were constantly preparing things for the reception. And yeah, you guys were so busy.
Yeah. She did a really good job. I mean, I don't have a lot to say with the decor and everything like that. She did a lot of DIY stuff, and yeah, it all came together. Everyone showed up that we needed to, and the food. What did you guys think? The food was good.
Good.
Yes.
Okay.
I love the salmon.
We're
The
always
salmon-
stressed out
Yeah,
about
the
that.
salmon was super
The
good.
salmon was my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was the best. I was like stressed for you guys because I knew how much you guys work was being put into it, and I thought it was great.
And Chelsi was a bridesmaid
And
as well.
I was a bridesmaid. I just was sad because I didn't actually, when I scrolled through my phone, I didn't get a picture with just you two. So I've been waiting for the photography from the photographer. Like, I wanted to I did a little reel, and I'm like, I didn't get enough pictures with you guys, but it was so busy. So many people wanted to talk to you guys, obviously, and there are so many things going on. But also, my two girls they thought that was the best night of their lives, the reception. And I feel awful because there was one of those photo buses.
Yeah.
And they came home with like with a stack of like 50. And I thought the guys working this photo booth are going to be like, get out of here.
Well, photo booths. So our photo booth was actually like an old VW bus.
So cool.
And it was called Love Bus. We found the guy at a wedding expo, and it was really cool because it's a little more unique than a regular photo booth at any type of wedding or any event like that there might be one at. And so yeah, you actually go into the bus, and that's where you do the photo booth. But yeah, the kids loved it. So Chelsi's two daughters, my other sister's daughter, she was hanging out there quite a bit. She jumped into a lot of random pictures with people from
Oh, really?
Isabel's side of the family. So
People had like my niece just like, hey.
yep, exactly.
Oh, and she was the dancing queen.
Oh, she was like interpretive dancing. contemporary dancing on the dance floor, and everyone was watching her.
Yeah.
Just like, because she's a dancer. She's like 8 years old.
Competitive
dancing, and she's on the dance floor just letting it rip. And my girls are just doing like the boot, scoot, and boogie. They're just like doing regular stuff.
I saw her go up to the DJ, and because nobody was dancing, it was still kind of like waiting for food and stuff. What? But I saw her go up and ask the DJ if she could dance, and I saw him shake his head yes. And the next thing I know, she's just out there by herself, and then other little kids started joining in.
Yeah, all the kids were on the dance floor.
Yeah, and it was all the kids before any adult was ever there.
But then it we finally got a circle going, and all of Billy's high school friends and my siblings, and it was people were finally getting out there. But it was a really great wedding. But I do have to share one thing that I was surprised by.
Okay.
So I was a bridesmaid, so I was in the line, and I actually got to walk with my younger brother. And the groomsmen and the bridesmaids, it was the funniest. That just made the whole wedding for me. It was the high school reunion I didn't know I needed because it was all Billy's friends who used to pick on me when I was younger. And it all starts, and all the guys are like, "Are you guys ready? Like, we're doing this thing." And the music starts playing. Mind you, it's May 4th.
Yes.
Okay?
May the 4th.
I didn't know that the music that was going to be ripping was going to be mixed Star Wars music.
It was like an instrumental.
It was an
instrumental,
beautiful version Star Wars mixed with like the wedding theme.
Yeah, well, it was.
We had no idea, and we're all like, "He's really doing this." It's Star Wars.
So I never.
When they walked down the aisle.
So growing up, I was a pretty big Star Wars fan, and then when we got the date set with the venue and the church and everything, it was May the 4th. And so a lot of people automatically thought, oh, that was Billy's doing. He wanted it to be on May the 4th. People said to Isabel, that's really nice of you to let him have a wedding on May 4th of May. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do with strictly availability.
But
that day was available for the
you
church.
were secretly happy about it.
Okay. And so then I didn't think any way possible we could walk down to any type of that music in a church.
Yeah.
We're meeting with them the week of, and the girl who's coordinating everything let us know that, we're a little more open as long as the music still stays reverent enough. Like we've done Star Wars in the past. I said, oh, wait, what'd you say? And she said, yeah, we can do it. We have a really good pianist. He can play anything.
He was legit.
Yeah. And
the music was beautiful. Yeah.
And so I bought 2 different sheet musics it was like the ending of episode 4 going into the main theme. That's what it was.
Oh, you went and picked up the sheet music.
Yeah, I just got it online and sent it to him.
So this is what's funny. I look over and Sean is on his phone, my younger brother, and I'm like, get off your phone. We're going. This is going. And he pulled up A New Hope. He pulled up the scene.
Yeah.
And we all started watching the scene, and we're supposed to be
guys were out in the hall.
we're supposed to be walking out in 0.2 seconds, and Rick was like, yeah. And Sean was like, I got it, guys, A New Hope. And I'm like, we're all supposed to be serious right now. It was really funny.
Yeah, so we didn't tell anybody. We sort of let everyone get surprised. Oh, I did tell my mom.
He did tell me.
We were really surprised.
But then when Isabel came down, it changed to the more traditional song. She didn't walk down to Star Wars.
It was just really funny and it was a really good day. So we're happy for you guys.
Well, thank you.
Also, just thinking of favorite moments I really did love the dance floor was a favorite thing. I also love that Isabel gave her bouquet to her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was just so touching.
Yeah, I think that got everyone pretty choked up.
Yeah. And then also the night before, we had a rehearsal. It was a couple hours long. And so a bunch of us decided to go get sushi, mostly a few of Billy's groomsmen and my daughters and 3 granddaughters. And my husband and I, and my son, our youngest son, Sean, and his fiance went. So anyway, we had this big group to eat sushi, and Billy and Isabel stopped by. They had stuff they still had to do.
Yeah, they didn't go to dinner with us.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't have a rehearsal dinner. I'm like, we can't. You
can.
Yeah.
I don't think Isabel went to bed till like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So,
but they stopped by, and Isabel had these bags for all the girls.
Yeah.
So cute. Pajamas
Oh,
for
yeah.
the bridesmaids and the junior bridesmaids and the flower girls, and just really the cutest little
They want to wear them
socks.
every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was super fun. And it was kind of like Chelsea mentioned, it was kind of like a reunion for my husband and me too, because we were here with all these men who used to be teenagers in our home all the time.
I have never laughed so hard.
Yeah. Going, and usually my husband loves sushi. I am just starting to love it.
Sushi.
But we never go unless we're with one of our sons so that they can order for us. But Billy wasn't there, but his friend
They just ordered everything. We ate
JMO ordered for us
so much sushi. And the next day we were like, oh my gosh, you guys, we ate so much sushi last night.
Yeah.
But it was just fun because I like we hadn't been all together in a really, really long time. And it was just really fun.
Yes.
So it was fun that you guys stopped by.
Yeah.
I'd never been to that sushi place. So now I'm like trying to get Mason there.
I live really close to it.
I know,
Yeah.
we should go.
I know, I want to go back.
Yeah, I want to go back. It was super good.
Yeah, it was interesting because I'm like, oh, all my friends are going to dinner with my family without me. That's interesting, but
We had a
it
good
sounds
time.
like everyone had a great time, and it was
Yeah.
a good dinner, and
Yeah.
I love
everyone
that
enjoyed
one
it.
with the lobster, like
The round
ball of lobster on top. That was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
the
a good place.
lemon salmon.
But we need to go with JMO again because he was like ordering all the things we liked. And so I'm like, I need to keep track of everything, but I can't. He's just like ordering.
Yeah.
So
And one last thing too. I know we're
Sorry,
going, but
guys.
my mom was on the dance floor, and she was also a highlight of the night for all my friends and family. And
she was doing the same move she'd been like doing for
I
years.
have a quote from my aunt who went to high school with my mom.
Oh,
She's my dad's sister, not my mom's sister. This is my Aunt Jackie. And I saw her a couple days after the wedding, and she says, "Oh my gosh, your mom was out on that dance floor just tearing it up, and she was doing the same moves that I saw her doing in 1984." And she said, and it was awesome. And I said, it was awesome. So I said, that may have been the last time my mom had been out dancing. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
No, we've danced at a few Moda dinners.
Oh yeah.
Right, Chelsea?
Oh, we've done it. You know.
So that was,
You know.
it was good. So everyone that was asking, it was great. There's, like I said, I'll have some pictures up, but thanks for asking. I didn't know if anyone would want to know.
Yeah.
But all right. So now let's shift to another thing that happened recently, your trip. And I know there's a story to tell on your way home, but do you want to maybe start off with why you went to Fat Quarter Shop, what you were doing there, what the live stream was all about, and follow up with that?
Yeah. So Chelsea and I are writing a book. It's pretty much done.
Yeah. Looks great.
We actually got to see a sneak peek yesterday.
Yeah.
And with the photography added in. And so anyway, it's our family favorites book, and it has 18 different quilt blocks. There are several different sizes. There are 4 different sampler quilts and 3 pillows and 3 little mini pillows or pin cushions. And when all the projects were done, Fat Quarter Shop was getting ready to do the photo shoot, and they actually emailed and said, "Hey, do you want to come for the photo shoot?" And
Yes.
exactly. That was our reply.
Do we ever?
Yes. So they said, "Great. We'll bring you to Texas, and we're going to rent an Airbnb for this photo shoot, and we're going to do the photo shoot, and then the next day we would love to have you come on our live stream." So we were very excited. It was, from my perspective, Chelsea and I have done photography for years, and we've also worked with professional photographers. But this was something totally new to me, was seeing the complete photo shoot for an entire book.
It is a lot of work, and I learned a lot. I was like watching all, they have filming going during it. They have photography. Everything was so organized, so awesome. They have such a vision for the photography for their books, and they're like on the ball. Sarah, Jocelyn, even Kimberly, it was so fun because Kimberly came, and
Kimberly
is so busy.
was on the stairs, adjusting the angle of the quilt. She was working with everybody, with her team, and and then they had their social media, Jessica.
Yeah.
Oh
my goodness, Jessica.
So Sarah was the one who, she's actually, I don't know if you call her our editor or our producer for the book. She's the one that's been doing all of the graphic design and laying everything out. And so she had a big checklist of all the photos that she wanted to get of each quilt and group shots of the quilts. She had it all mapped out, and we just went down the...
And luckily, Sarah was like, guys, we need to get the outdoor shots right now because I think it's going to rain. And so we were like, yeah. And we got all the outdoor stuff, and then it poured rain at the end, and we were like running out of time. And so we got all of these amazing shots. I've seen a lot of the photography, beautiful editing. The book is so good. Like, it looks so good. And also going to Fat Quarter Shop, they are just... They
think
so
of
awesome.
Everything.
Yeah, and not that it was work, but it was also it's
you enjoyed your time.
You enjoyed your time there, and you're still working. And I even said to the girls, I'm like, this is a lot of work, what you do. And the home was absolutely gorgeous, and just that they had a vision for all the videography and the photography. But Fat Quarter Shop has been just huge. All of those women have been huge for me in my life and the best supporters. And so being there with them was a huge reunion, and lots of hugs and lots of laughs and good food.
Yes.
And I just missed my people at Fat Quarter Shop. They are awesome.
Yes, they fed us very well there. We actually went to breakfast
at a place called Snooze.
And then I found out they have one in Las Vegas.
There's one in Las Vegas.
And I can't wait to go.
It's off Rampart.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's a breakfast place they had breakfast tacos.
And their Eggs Benedict, you guys, if you live in the Vegas area, or if you live anywhere, look up Snooze.
Yeah.
It was just fun.
So Kimberly's pretty hands-on with the shoot and everything.
Goodness.
Yeah. Because they how long have they been publishing books for now? Has it been a while, or has it been within a few years? Or
that's what I feel like. It's so Emma.
Yeah,
they started
Sarah's
out
been
just
a
doing
huge part
patterns, but moved into the books.
Yeah,
at least 5 years, maybe more.
Yeah.
So,
but Kimberly was. If you guys saw our Instagram, she was like, let's get on the bed. Let's have a pillow fight.
Yeah.
Like, it was Kimberly. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, I can't hit Kimberly with a pillow. She is Kimberly of Fat Quarter Shop. If I smack Kimberly of Fat Quarter Shop with a pillow, I don't know how that's going to... And she was like, do it. Hit me. It was so funny and just...
Well, and the homeowner was home the entire...
Oh, my goodness.
He was up in his office working, and he just said, hey, if you need anything, I'll just be up in my office. We could tell he was on conference calls or whatever.
He probably thought we were like insane. We're down there having a pillow fight. Oh, the house was beautiful.
Just a beautiful home.
It was so beautiful. But no, I mean, it was just so great.
Yeah.
I could keep talking. And then the live stream, I saw a comment on the live stream. I have to talk about this.
Oh.
And somebody mentioned that I looked really anxious. And I do have to admit, Fat Quarter Shop is like my fam. But it was really different for me being in front of a different camera with different people than right here. And I didn't realize how comfortable I'd gotten in this podcast room. And I'm like, oh man, dang it. I'm sorry if I looked, but I kind of got a little nervous because I'm like, wow, this is Fat Quarter Shop's live stream. And
yeah,
so made me a little nervous, but I thought it went really, really great. There was great engagement and got to talk about the book. And if you were able to watch, you saw the quilts.
Yes.
They are awesome. We're excited about this book, basically.
Yeah, we did a little trunk show of all the quilts. And you can still watch that. We'll put a link in the description for Kimberly's live stream. So
it's just been really great working with them on this and some of our very favorite people. So
yes.
Well, a couple questions about the book then. So how did it all get started? When did you guys pitch it to them? Did they approach you? Did you talk to each other first? Where did it come from?
Did we pitch it to them? I feel like we did. I feel like we did. I feel like we saw Jocelyn at Quilt Market.
Yes, that's how it started.
And she said, just send us an email.
Just send us an email.
Yes.
And we sent it, and it's been, that's how it started. It's great. I mean,
yes.
it's been great communication. Sarah is on the ball. She's the one like rolling this all.
Yes.
And
because we had our timetable all mapped up and we were just kind of waiting for the Laguna Sunrise fabric to arrive.
Yeah, we needed it for.
Yes, because there will be a sew along in the fall when the fabric arrives and when the book comes out in September. And
book comes out in September.
So
this year, 2024.
But pre-order now to reserve your copy.
Because those pre-orders, when they roll out, we're going to be starting that sew along.
Yes.
And I'm really excited because it's with the Brightly quilt. That's the name of it. So if you watch the live stream, very cute.
Yes. And there will be kits that Kimberly will have too for at least 2 of the quilts in the book.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a cute book. And I love that it's featuring Laguna Sunrise because it's such a happy collection.
Yeah. And lots of tips throughout where Chelsi answers and I answer, and you get both of our tips on different techniques and things. So, okay, just really quickly about our trip home. Oh.
So because I want to dig a little deeper in that, is that what, so you obviously had thought about it before Quilt Market then. Was it just because of Laguna Sunrise, or was it because you just had, did you guys want to do another collaboration book even before Laguna Sunrise, or was it Laguna Sunrise that brought this all about?
Yeah, we wanted to do another book, and we've always wanted to work. We love working with
I know you did
Fat
one
Quarter Shop.
Christmas book prior to.
Well, I think also when we hadn't seen Jocelyn in person in years, but we have obviously, she's one of our very favorite people. That conversation really happened organically. Yes. And I think that's where we were like, oh, whoa, this is going to be exciting. And Jocelyn is always super great. She's like, yeah, send us. And I think that's where it really just all boom.
Okay. I just didn't know if you already had like projects ready to go at that point, or or things in mind, or if just the conversation then was like, oh, okay, maybe we can do this. And then you started creating, because you had all these quilts that you did with Laguna Sunrise already that you had to do. And then on top of that, you're using that same fabric for a book. I just didn't know if like those were things you had designed earlier on.
It kind of took us a minute to get rolling with it too.
Well, the book is block based, and I think we knew that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
We did want to wait for Laguna Sunrise to have the newest collection possible in the book. But when we do the sew along, I already know that I'm going to make the Brightly quilt in a collection that hasn't been shared yet but it will be shared by the time we do the sew along. So
that's as much as you can say. I'm going to cap it right now.
Okay. Yeah. So the quilts the book and the quilts are block based.
Yeah.
And then when you can say the release date again for it, it's in September.
Yes.
September.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does that come out so that's when Laguna Sunrise becomes available.
Yes.
So it's coordinated.
All coordinated.
So we can right away start sewing and getting going on it.
But pre-orders are available now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, how many? I didn't watch the whole live stream, but did you have a lot of the finished quilts there in Austin?
They were all there.
They were
Yes.
everything
All
was there,
done.
so everything can be
was there.
seen on that live stream.
Yeah.
And I have to shout out right now, Mom pieced one of my quilts for me. It was huge because this is like May, end of the year, end of the school year, and bound all these quilts. And I made the one. I did make the biggest quilt.
She did make the biggest quilt in the book.
Jocelyn told me, Chelsi, that quilt is so big. It's 4 quilts. Okay. It's huge. It is so cute. It's the one with the heart in the center.
Well, and actually, I knew I might have to help Chelsi at the end. So I actually had our friend Nancy Lane
and
make one of the quilts. So that enabled me to help Chelsi then.
Marion did the quilting on 3 of the quilts.
Yes, Val did the quilting on the 4th quilt.
This is a team effort that this all got done. I'm like, Marion, I am so sorry. I'm bringing you these quilts. Well, we're bringing you these quilts. And I felt terrible because I'm like, this is when we fly out. And she's like, I got you, girl. So saving grace, which she saves me all the time, but.
Yes. And then also the pillows, I was making them after pillows were made after the wedding, all 6 pillows.
Mom is literally texting me, I think we need some accents. And boy, did we. Like the book photography needed.
It needed those
the accents, and Mom's over here just like whipping them up.
Well, and also shout out to my friend Vicki Willard, who did the quilting on the 3 large pillows very quickly so that I could get them all finished and bound.
Yep.
And we took everything with us in our luggage.
Everything.
On the trip there. So I took a large suitcase and a small suitcase because I knew the small suitcase, when I came home, I could fit it in the big one.
In the large.
Right, because we were going to leave everything there. So we were trying to, yes. So that was interesting. We came home with a lot less than we went with. So
yeah, that
was interesting.
Do we even want to go into the flight home?
Just super quick.
Can I tell it really quick?
Yes.
Yeah. So we needed to be at the airport by 1:30. Our flight was going to leave like 2 hours later. And we get in, and the line we were in was taking forever because these 2 men they had like a serious problem. And I'm like, no, Mom, we stay in the line.
Well, and then there were only 2 agents helping.
And then the one agent left to go help the other one. So there was only one.
And then there was a family with like 15 people that needed assistance too.
So we got past that, and we're thinking, okay, we're good. We got past.
Well, at that point, they did tell us, hey, your flight has been delayed an hour.
By an hour.
Yes.
Yeah. And so we're like, okay, cool. An hour, no biggie. So I had some goals. I wanted to go. Airport bookstores are the best because you have random findings there. I wanted to go to Amy's Ice Cream. And then Mom was really hungry, so we ate at Huts or whatever that's called.
I love those burgers.
Yeah, the burgers are really good. They have like live music there. The Austin airport's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And has a lot of things going on. So we do all these things, and then Mom's like, we got to go to our gate. And I'm like, okay, let's go. Go to the gate. And they are like, so after this delay, we get on the plane.
Well, first they came on the loudspeaker and they said, your flight was delayed because we were waiting for a flight crew. We have the plane, but we don't have the crew. So
they landed, and then that crew ran over and got the plane situated.
Right.
We all get on the plane. And I am happy, comfortable. The people I'm sitting next to, it's great. And the sweetest girls I'm sitting next to. And then you can just tell the plane is getting hot.
Well, first, there was something that happened first. First, they said, hey, because we were late taking off, we can't land in Las Vegas.
So we have a 40 more minute delay.
We have to sit on the runway for 40 minutes.
So we sat there, but it just kept getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And I'm like, the air conditioning isn't working. And they get on the speaker, the pilot, and he's like, we have to deplane. The air conditioner is not working. We cannot fly if it's not working. Maintenance is coming out to check it out. So the whole plane, you have the people that are just being awful. And then you
can't just crack a window open?
Don't scare me.
This was a full flight.
A full flight of people.
Yes.
And it started to smell.
Well, and also 75% of the people were on that plane to get to Las Vegas
for EDC.
EDC, which is a big rave party concert weekend in Las Vegas. So
we had some electronic dance music festival.
Yes. So we had some interesting flight mates, to say the least.
So everyone deplanes, and they say, give us an hour. So we all wait the hour. Well, during this time, we meet a group of college girls going to Vegas for actually a 21st birthday.
Yeah, they weren't going to EDC.
They were so fun to hang out with. They were awesome. Then we met another young man who was going to EDC, and
for his first time. He was actually a nursing student. Yeah, we met a lot of people because we hung out in the airport for a long time.
Yeah. Okay, so the pilot finally comes back. There's already people canceling the flights because they're frustrated. The pilot comes back and he's like, this is not getting fixed, and we will have to look for a new plane. At this point, there is no plane that can take us. So we will let you know in another hour if we even have a plane to get you to Vegas. There's no other plane for Delta going to Vegas tonight. And we're like, oh no. Well, then the line starts getting crazy, the flight attendant. And there are people just being awful to her. Horrible. And I can tell she is having the worst day.
The gate agent was so nice.
was so nice.
Yeah. It wasn't her fault.
No,
she was just the messenger.
She's just the messenger. So basically what happens is this was our saving grace. So many people canceled the flight and went to a different airline that Delta called in and said, we have a smaller plane available because you had enough people cancel. This other flight will be full. And it almost worked out perfectly.
Yes.
That we went to a smaller Airbus. And that Airbus was going from Salt Lake. And then they were from Atlanta to Salt Lake. And they were going to send it from Salt Lake to us. And it is the only way we got home because so many people canceled and went to a different flight, or else we would have been sleeping in Austin another night. And Fat Quarter Shop was great. Jocelyn and Kimberly were like, we're going to get you a hotel. We're going to pick you up. Like everything's going to be fine. But we ended up going home. But this is I'm going to say my piece. Okay. I was really tired and I wanted to see my kids. It was 13 hours.
It was a long...
From the time we got to the airport to the time I arrived home, it was 13 hours.
Yes.
Anyways, we got home.
Grateful to be home.
We were grateful to be home. The trip to Fat Quarter Shop was great. And I would do it all over again in a heartbeat, even regardless of the airport.
Yes.
But just funny stuff. Awesome. It's always me.
There's a lot to untangle in that.
Yes.
Sorry, that was probably too long.
No.
Don't cut it.
No.
Billy?
So, well, I'm glad you guys made it home safe and
yes.
you had a good time.
I actually got word.
Prior to the
Kimberly
airport.
told me you shouldn't cut anything of my craziness.
Oh, really?
Because
yes.
because she totally goes off the rails. And they said the one that she went off the rails the most was like, last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
They said everyone in the office was like, that was the best episode we've ever had.
Yes.
Because Kimberly was just going off.
But of the live stream?
Yeah.
Because
On a
live streams,
live
you
video.
can't really...
Yeah.
I mean, you can edit things after, but
Maybe it
during...
was something...
Yeah.
Was
I
it
can't
just
remember.
another video that they didn't
can't
cut?
remember, but
I can't remember.
I feel like Kimberly's advice was, don't edit anything.
Don't edit anything. And Marion tells me all the time, too, don't let him edit it.
Yeah.
Anyways, but that was a trip. It was really fun, and we're excited for everyone to see this book.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay. So
And the link will be in there for the pre-order.
Yes, we'll
Okay.
have the pre-order link
Yes.
for the book.
Make sure. So
Yes.
if you are interested in pre-ordering it, it'll be in the description.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's it for episode 112. We will be back on
June 10th.
June 10th. That's a Monday, as usual.
And thanks so much for stopping by.